have a question for Dan on the SBA. Are you still involved with the SBA, Dan?
Not well, sort of, but that was going to be when I chimed in here. I was going to say I'm not a business broker yet. I'm looking to transition because I've kind of lost my appetite for working in funding. But I mean, I'm familiar with. If you have a general question, I can try to give you my perspective from what I've done.
My experience with SBA is that they want everything as collateral. Is that still true?
I mean, it depends on the size of the loan for one thing, but yeah, I mean there's certain policies with they call the SOP for 7A loans, like anything over 350,000, they have to seek out collateral, usually the personal residence, if the person has like a certain amount of equity. Um, if you're what they call it in that industry is without collateral, they call them airball deals. And there's only a certain dollar amount that they'll go up to with on an airball. Like you're not going to max out at 5 million without that. You're probably not even going to get much. And Tanya might have, is it Tanya or Tanya?
Tanya.
Tanya, you probably have more experience seeing this in practice because I didn't only do acquisition lending. I did a lot of working capital, but I would say that, you know, it depends how strong. If the cash flow and the DSCR is really, really high, then they're going to be less concerned about collateral. Some lenders are more collateral based. Some are more cash flow based. There's 1,200 SBA lenders. 10% of them do 90% of the business, or even more extreme than that. And some bit like I've done a lot of funding for businesses that are just not not asset heavy. They're like, or like SaaS companies or consulting companies, and they don't have anything. I mean, it really like they have their office furniture, but their margins are really high. So then they're more likely to approve that sort of thing. But I mean, once you start to get into the couple $1 million, they're going to really try to get you to pledge something, even if it's your investment portfolio that has nothing to do with the business. I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah, I mean, they're always going to try to go for that. And then how like and they say real estate is location, location, location. Well, in lending, collateral is real estate, real estate, real estate, and then equipment, and then other things because anybody can repossess a piece of real estate and sell it with a broker. But how are you going to sell weird equipment or like I said before, like if you repossess it, what are you going to do with it? You're going to fire sale it. You're not going to make anything. So it's very weak collateral.
So, follow on question about this. So let's say that in the case of these two buyers, both these buyers are millionaires. Both have enough cash to buy the business outright, but they go for an SBA loan, let's say. Um, they don't need the loan, but the experience I've had with SBAs, they want a personal guarantee, which actually clouds everything. So if something happens with that business, they can come against your personal guarantee. Or are you saying that they don't ask for the personal guarantee anymore?
No, that's 20. Anybody who's 20% or more is going to have to PG, but um, I would say that like the idea of not having a PG is kind of a false sense of security because if you found a lender that would do, well, first of all, there's really no lenders that do business acquisition loans under 10 million that is not SBA backed. There's no incentive to do that. But if you somehow found one and you didn't personally guarantee it, but you were still on the loan and you default, make no mistake, they're still going to sue you. Like that, it doesn't really give you, in my opinion, additional protection. But what they would do with those people that are very high net worth is you can also be overqualified for SBA. So it'll kind of come down to what you put on the personal financial statement, the Form 413. And if you put that you have like more than a $500,000 liquid, and that's just stated. Like they're not going to like ask you for all your statements, but you can be overqualified too because SBA treats these loans as sort of a small business kind of like relief. It's almost kind of like we're doing you a favor because you can't do this, with cash sort of thing. That's sort of a posture that they have.